Flying Pig Games and Phantom Division. Love the artwork on that box. Phantom Division is the first of the old school tactical pocket boxed expansion. This expansion to Old School Tactical Volume 2, West Front, 1944 to 45, covers the exploits of the American 9th Armored Division. And what you get with this game is 3 pocket battle-sized maps, approximately 11 by 17, counter sheets, a full counter sheet, such as this M26 Pershing, and unit data cards for all new counters, 6 new scenarios, and a box to stuff it in. Strategy and Tactics Press, issue number 326, the game edition. I hope I don't butcher this name, but Mukden 1905 is a 2-player simulation of the climactic struggle of the Russo-Japanese War of 1904 to 1905. And what you got with this game is 122 by 34-inch map and 228 counters. Roger B. McGowan and Dana Lombardi with The Great War. This is a World War I card game which features the art of Roger B. McGowan. All his World War I artwork is present, or almost all of it is present on the cards. Lock and Load Publishing and Space Infantry Federation. This is the 3rd installment in the Space Infantry series, taking the core concept of an elite squad of veteran sci-fi soldiers fighting through random obstacles to reach an objective using only the tools they bring with them. Space Infantry, Lock and Load Publishing.
Hello, this is Riccardo Masini, and this time the greatest day in history and games is January 2, 1492, the day when Granada, one of the most beautiful cities in medieval Europe, finally fell, ending the struggle for the Reconquista of Spain from the Muslims, La Reconquista. The history of Muslim domination in Spain begins in 711, when the Battle of Guadalete sanctioned the defeat of the Visigothic kingdom in Spain. The Muslims set up their own dominion, encompassing much of the Iberian Peninsula, calling it Al-Andalus. They also tried to expand it further north, but the great French leader Charles Martel stopped the invasion at the Battle of Poitiers in 732. All the lands beyond the Pyrenees would definitely remain in Christian hands. In the peninsula, however, made exception for some small independent kingdoms, the Muslim domination was more or less total. The first step was the creation of an emirate lasting until 929, when the Emir of Cordoba declared a new caliphate. But not all was well and good in Al-Andalus. The persisting hostilities, or at least difficult diplomacy with the surviving Christian kingdoms, and also the power struggle between the single Muslim cities, led to a progressive fragmentation of the caliphate. In 1031, the Caliph Hisham III is deposed, and the Muslim territory is split into small independent kingdoms as well. This period will be known as Taifa. The failing Umayyad dynasty leaves room to the much more energetic Almoravid Empire, which for a period of time manages to unite the Muslim territories while maintaining an uneasy peace with the Christian kings. Then further divisions lead to another crisis and the invasion of the Almohads from Morocco. Another Taifa ensues when in 1237 Muhammad ibn Nasr proclaims himself Sultan of Granada and begins the Nasrid dynasty. The situation remains confused, with struggling and decadent Muslim potentates in the south and an aggressive Christian north, once again determined to expel the so-called infidels from the entire peninsula. At last, in 1492, the combined Spanish army led by Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabel of Castile accomplished the task by gaining control of all the small emirates and finally deposing the last Nasrid Sultan. The beautiful Granada with the astounding Alhambra gardens is in Christian hands. La Reconquista is complete. As you have seen, this conflict lasted no less than 8 centuries and saw an incredible amount of battles, double dealings, dynastic intrigues and political power struggles. The two factions, the Christians and the Muslims, were by no means always united, and much internal infighting took place between the emirs and the many Christian kings from Spain and also from other parts of Europe. This fascinating period was dominated by great leaders like Charles Martel, Muhammad ibn Nasr, El Cid, Alphonse X, Ferdinand and Isabel. So it is the perfect subject for interesting historical board games. And here comes Reconquista, one of the many great solitaires published by White Dog Games. Now, you have the task of reuniting Spain under a single Christian kingdom, levying and maneuvering armies, besieging cities, gaining support of the religious military orders, managing your economy. But it won't be an easy task. Many random events will occur, with revolts all around the peninsula, great leaders, invasions from North Africa, and huge Muslim armies that will valiantly defend their territory to the last man. The game, also available in print-and-play format, uses a very simple and procedural system. Nevertheless, it is able to give you a highly narrative and replayable experience. 800 years of strife condensed in 1 or 2 hours of intense play. So, that's it for this time. See you on the next battlefields. Ciao!
Hello all, this is Kilroy was here with a special request from No Enemies Here to pick a game of the week. And I thought I'd start with Here I Stand, Wars of the Reformation, 1517 to 1555. Why? Because I'm filming this on October 31st, and on October 31st, 1517, Martin Luther nailed his 95 Thesis to the church door in protest, with starting the Protestant Reformation. So let's get to this game. It is point to point. So very familiar to point games. They are card driven. So you have point values that allow you to do your actions based on the number of points that you get or play through the cards. And then there are historical events that give you flavor for the period and move kind of a narrative forward in this game. So this is a point-to-point game, card-driven. It's not your dad's point-to-point game, though. This is a little bit more complex than your typical point-to-point games like Paths of Glory or Napoleonic Wars and things of that ilk. The rule book is 44 pages long. There's a record sheet on back. It looks relatively dense, small print, not a lot of pictures, and no color, but don't let that scare you. Again, at its core, it is a card-driven game with point-to-point aspect. What is different about this game is that it is somewhat asymmetrical in that some of the factions, which you play up to 6, kind of have different ways or different focuses that they're working on. Your factions that you get or that can play are France, England, Habsburgs, Ottoman, Papacy, and Protestant. And in that regard, the Protestants are, trying to establish their movement and their religion and spread throughout Europe. The papacy is trying to stave that off. England and France are doing their typical world domination machinations, which actually includes, a new world map where you can get discoveries and victory points for that, or get new world riches. So it has somewhat of a global feel to that. Then you have the Habsburgs and the Ottomans, playing their role. There's also a full diplomatic process to this game. So is it a war game? Yeah, there's some war elements and there's military units, but it's more of a historical simulation. And I would recommend this for people that really are interested in this topic, know something about this topic, or want to learn something more about this time period. It's a very rich and fulfilling experience. And I would recommend also that you try to find 6 people to play all factions. You get a much better experience that way. It's also a longer game. So I would not recommend this for people just starting out with war games or people just starting out with card-driven games. I would kind of go to one of the other card-driven games, or even maybe Twilight Struggle to start out with before you kind of dive into something like this. So that's my game of the week. I hope you enjoy. Have a good day.
Combat Board Games unbags the mission designed by Ben Madsen. And the grognard that is Clark Commando 1983, Mark Ruggiero takes a look at Compass Games' Fall of the Third Reich, Part 1. The wargame philosopher A.J. Toynbee of Hexes and Soldiers, Jason Cruz, takes a look at Napoleon by Columbia Games, also Conflicts of Hero in his playthrough of Uwe Eichert's design, plus Happy Hour and Victory in the Pacific. And Wayne Hansen in his Recon section does an unboxing of Worthington Publishing's Stalingrad Besieged. BLASTPOP takes a look at Stalingrad Verdun on the Volga by Last Stand Games. And Little Wars TV gives us their 3 wargaming terrain basics in Essentials. And Jan Heinemann of Let's Play History plays Fields of Glory Empires, and also a versus game with Strategic Command World War II War in Europe. Calandale reviews and wraps 1824, a game by GMT. By Stealth and Sea, Nicola Sagini and David Thompson's game gets the intellectual review of Riccardo Mazzini. And Kevin of Big Board Gaming checks out the latest issue of War Diary and takes a look at 2020. Was it a good year? Seek Out and Play, Antietam Play variant, The Bloodiest Day, September 17th, 1862. This was originally produced by SPIN 75 and later republished by TSR in 84. 25% off. Use the code. Tell them I say hello. And the man who breaks down board games, Ben Hirsch of Harsh Rules, has a couple of videos out. Firstly, he unboxes his Christmas present, which is Holland 44 by Mark Simonich and Shores of Tripoli. Also, an interesting video, Wargaming Basics, Military Symbology. He's teaching you how to interpret military symbology. Fantastic! The Hugh Hefner of War Games, Todd Wardy Robe plays World War II. Miniature World War II Wargaming Bootcamp Class 5 Terrain and Supplies, and Miniature World War II Wargaming Bootcamp Class 6 Resources. Nicola Sagini and David Thompson get the works done by Julius Fairfax in By Stealth and Sea. the man, the wargame artist, the Englishman, Matt White, Band of Brothers, Screaming Eagle After Action Report, Scenario 6. And Marco OmniGamer checks out and reviews the French and Indian War. And GMT with their teaching vids, Caesar Rome versus Gaul, the final turn. And the guys from the the Player's Aid, are unboxing Wing Leader Origins from GMT Games, designed by Lee Brimmingham Wood. Also, they review Journeys in Middle-earth with expansions. And Alexander the Great, an unboxing, a game published by GMT.
Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions review, the punk rock band of Wargame review institutions. It's been a slow week due to the holidays, so I got a few things done on my website and YouTube channel. As far as reviews, I will be doing a review of Caesar's War, the Conquest of Gaul from 58 to 52 BC from Decision Games. It's a mini game. I originally paid $13.95 for it years back. I think it goes for about $14.95 though, but it's a fun game. Then on YouTube, I did a playtest video about my experimental science fiction rules. In this one, I did a solitaire scenario. It's a miniatures rule set. The scenario is called Kill the Robot. Essentially, there's a robot that has escaped from prison, and you're trying to kill it before it exits the table. So there's the game itself controls the movement and actions of the robot, and your figures have to take it out. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon on our website and on our YouTube channel. Have a good evening.
Rough Swordsman Wargamer is doing an Open the Box unboxing in his Open the Box segment of box openings. It's Open the Box, 6th Fleet from Victory Games. And GIMPY of the GIMPY Gamer is doing his giveaway number 3 and 4. Also, One Small Step Part 3 by Academy Games, and 1985 Under an Iron Sky review through Part 4. And Robert Carroll of Kilroy Was Here is busting my woo with 5 videos. The first one being The Shores of Tripoli by Fourth Circle Games. This is an unboxing. And Horse and Musket, Dawn of an Era by HOLLANDSPIELE, another unboxing. And we continue with Horse and Matchlock, Prelude to an Era by HOLLANDSPIELE, another unboxing. And The Last 100 Yards, Volume 2, Mike Denson's GMT published game, Airborne Over Europe. Bounding with Board Games and the Chief gives us some ham-taggery, mission number 11, where Ron gets his boots. The OG speaks for Lock and Load Publishing, and he looks at the new companion books for Lock and Load Publishing's tactical games. Also, a look at the newly updated companion expansions. Tim Korchnoi of Bare Bones Wargame gives you the best and worst games to you, 2020.
A game for gamers, made by gamers, by Flying Pig Games.
AC/DC is coming to town the 15th to the 17th of January. That is, the Armchair Dragoons Digital Convention will be the 15th to the 17th of January 2021. The schedule is of 8 a.m. the 23rd of December 2020. Registration opens, as I said, the 28th of December 2020. It's 3 beans to go in, and the participating companies include Lock and Load, Academy Games, the Wargaming Company, DGS Game at Astra, Entreprise Game or Enterprise Games, and appearances from Moe's Game Table, No Enemies Here, ARDWULF'S Lair, and Georgetown University Wargaming Society. AC/DC, ladies and gentlemen. Liz Davidson of Be Beyond Solitaire is doing podcast episode 27, where Sebastian Bay on teaching wargames design is featured. Another week, another show, another year. Yep, Happy New Year, people. This is it. They say it starts here with a clean slate. Personally, I think we bring all our baggage with us. But hey, you know, let's be deluded a bit.
And I'm Grant.
Guys, Happy New Year. Guys and girls, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching, man. And please subscribe. If you're watching, subscribe. It's gonna take a second. Just click the subscribe button. No capiche. Anyways, like it. Well, what's there not to like? And please, support this channel. Your support is what keeps this going. Thank you. Thanks for watching. As you see, there's changes happening here. In the background, I'm trying to reconfigure my studio here. I've got a better camera, a better microphone, and I'm having a hard time with the background. I'm gonna have a roll down green screen when I need it because I like green screening. And I don't know, man. I've got a lot of things. I'm looking at this being the background. So, look, if you have any ideas, shoot them down. Am I gonna take your ideas? I don't know. But you know what? Whose ever idea I take, I'll do so. I don't know what it is yet. Anyways. Also, for my supporters, I'm going to be doing videos for my supporters alone. They will be videos like what games I got this week, unboxing, stuff like that. That will only be for my supporters. I have to offer my supporters something, and I really appreciate the support that you guys have been giving me, and I haven't done what Patreon asks to do, you know. I just haven't done it. I'm getting better. So, be good. Give me some ideas. Have a good new year. Take it easy. Be safe. And just be a likable person. Don't be a miserable wretch. What does it serve you to be a miserable wretch? And you know what? Listen to music. Get into music. Music is the arts, man. Bloody hell. See you next week. Ciao.